Good morning, dear friends. How are you? I hope you are well. Friends, we are going to learn one of the most important and interesting chapter in the standard 10 which give you the basic and fundamental ideas of the physiological processes that occurs in plants and animal. And the name of that chapter is life process. And in this life processes we learn various life processes in plants as well as in animal, particularly in human being, and therefore after study, you will learn that how our body perform various metabolic activities to maintain our body as well as the life. Why we are living, you will get the answer out of the study of it. So let us begin with this chapter, life processes. Before we start to learn, we must have to learn what is science. Usually we define science as a philosophy. It is a branch of knowledge. But how do we collect the knowledge out of science? By observation of the nature. We study the structure of the nature. We study the behavior of the nature. And the knowledge obtained from that is being studied experimentally again and again, and then it is established as a law. And therefore, it is defined as the intellectual and practical activity that encompasses the systematic study of structure of the world and the behavior of the world. Structure means what this world is made of. It is made up of element, it is made up of atom is made up of electron, protons. It's a structural aspect. And how these element and behave, what are their behavioral character, their processes, but how? Through observation and experiment. And therefore, it's a systematic study of the nature and behavior of the material and physical universe based on observation, experiment, measurement, formulation of law to describe these facts in general terms that could be understood by common man. Albert Einstein called Galileo as a father of modern science. You know, Albert Einstein is a great scientist because born in February 15, 1564 in Pisa of Italy, but lived in Florence, try to understand that Galileo Galilei has broken all the conventional thoughts regarding the universe. He was the first man he told that the earth is spherical and not flat. And he told that the sun do not move around earth, but earth revolve around the sun along with the moon. And therefore he was awarded the honor to be a father of modern astronomy as well as father of modern physics. And this wonderful branch of knowledge we are going to learn science and various disciplines of the science. So science is then broadly classified into biological sciences and physical sciences. So what is biology? Yes, think on that. Generally we say that biology is the study of plants and animals. Yeah, indeed. But do only plants and animals are involved in them? No, there are certain group of organisms that we cannot see with them naked eyes. They are called as microorganism. So microbes are also involved. So how could we make a exclusive definition of science that encompasses everything is that? Actually the word biology derived from the Greek word, we have to understand it. Bios means life and logos means study. Most of the study in biology is being done in Greek and Latin languages, and therefore we have to know the origin of this word, therefore we understand the meaning of the word. Biology means study of life. But obviously then when we say study of life, then we have to understand what life means, what living organisms mean, and so on. An organism is a living entity consisting of one-celled organism like bacteria or several celled organism like animals and plants and fungi, isn't it, around us. And if we see that biology is also further divided into various disciplines like botany, where we do study of plants, zoology, animals, study of animals, microbiology, biotechnology. There are various disciplines of the biology. One by one we'll come to know. Okay, now let me ask the question, how do we tell the difference between what is alive or what is not alive, what is dead? हम कौन सी चीज को कह सकते कि ये लिविंग है? हाउ कुड वी से? आप कहेंगे कि मूवमेंट, तो फैन इज मूविंग, इज इट लिविंग देन? नो. Wind is also moving. Is the wind and air living then? No. So we have to a certain characteristic feature to those things which we call living. So what are the characteristic feature of living? Obviously the question is asked that. Initially we'll see the definition of living. It's a very wonderful definition. Living organisms are essentially self-replicating bodies. Means if you see the stone will never replicate itself and two stones will be formed. But if the living thing is that it must have to replicate itself by the process of reproduction. The living organisms are those which are constantly evolving. Generation after generation, they are bringing certain changes in them, and because of them it is possible for them to get adapted with the environmental condition. Then they are self-regulating. Yes. For example, if external conditions are with high temperature, your body perspire to keep your body cool. But if it is high, extremely lower temperature outside, your body starts shivering. And therefore, your body maintaining the temperature, self-regulating. And it is interactive system capable of responding to the external stimuli. It's a wonderful definition of living organism. Don't forget, you just have to remember. Our body responses to the external stimuli, physical stimuli, and this is the reason our survival of living organism increases, because we are able to respond to the stimuli. For example, if it is extreme heat outside, it's a fire, we understand that it is dangerous for us and we get away from it, isn't it? Some stone is coming towards us, you get away from it all of a sudden with the help of your nervous system that has been developed during the course of evolution. And this is the wonderful things that we have to understand. So living organisms are self-replicating, evolving, self-regulating interactive system that are capable of responding to external stimuli. अब ये ऐसे लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म के कौन से कैरेक्टरिस्टिक फीचर है? इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड इट, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Before we entering into biology, we must have to learn all these important characters that makes the things living. So what are these? These involve movement, growth, respiration. Beside that, many other. What is movement? It is ability of organism to displace from one place to other place. Movement. However, plant do not show apparent movement, but movements are there. And in animal, movements are very apparent because animals need food, they are heterotrophic. Animals need protection, therefore they go into the shelter. And animals also find their mate for the reproduction. So shelter, food and mating. Animal shows movement. Then growth. Yes. Increase in size. Okay. And dry weight of organism is called growth. But growth in organism is internally controlled. Actually, you can see the mountains are also growing by their size. But that growth is not that way. It is addition from outside. In terms of biological growth, it is addition from inside. You know that cell division takes place. New cells are formed. The cells differentiate and as a result, living organisms grow. Then comes respiration. Yeah, every living organism on this earth, if it is living, it respires. Means it each and every cell of that organism brings about oxidation of food to release energy for survival. So respiration is one of the most important identifying feature of the living organism. Then comes reproduction. Why reproduction? To multiply the number of individual of that species for survival. If one or two organisms are there, imagine, and all of some sudden some catastrophe occurs on this earth, these one or two organisms will perished off, all the species will finished. It should not happen there, and therefore every organism tend to produce large number of individuals, and through that reproduction, evolution also is taking place. So reproduction is also one of the important feature of the living organism. Yeah, then another is consciousness. We also call it as irritability. Yes, it is an ability of every living organism to give response to external physical environmental factors to which we call stimulus. उसको हम कहते हैं stimulus. Okay. Many aquatic animals move away during the very intense sunlight during the noon hours. So because they cannot tolerate that much heat, and so that way our body is constantly responding. The body of living organism is constantly responding to the various external factors. For example, the leaves of the plants, they get properly disposed to the sunlight because they need sunlight, isn't it? Our eyes close down in the intense sunlight because we don't need that much intensity of light. So these are the responses given by living organism that we call as consciousness. Then another important feature that we have is adaptations. According to the environmental condition that we call habitat, okay, the dwelling place, the condition in which we live, okay, और ऐसे कंडीशन में खुद को जिंदा रखने की क्षमता हर सजीव को होती है, उसको हम कहते हैं एडाप्टेशन. तो एडाप्टेशन हम लोग टेम्पररी चेंजेस करवा के करते हैं या फिर परमानेंट चेंजेस करवा के करते हैं. जैसे कि जो डेजर्ट के प्लांट होते हैं, कैक्टस, उन्होंने लीव्स को शेड ऑफ कर दिए, छोड़ दिए लीव्स, और अपने स्टेम को फ्लैट कर दिए ग्रीन, और वो फोटोसिंथेसिस कर रहे ताकि पानी बच सके. जबकि कोल्ड रीजन के, एक्सट्रीम कोल्ड रीजन के बर्ड्स खुद को कोल्ड से बचाने के लिए हजारों किलोमीटर का अंतर काट कर फ्लाई कर आते हैं, उसको हम कहते हैं माइग्रेशन. सो माइग्रेशन इज काइंड ऑफ एडाप्टेशन. ओके. Then comes metabolism. Yeah, every living organism in each cell perform many activities. Synthetic activity, biosynthetic activity, जिसके अंदर नए नए मॉलिक्यूल बनते हैं, जैसे फोटोसिंथेसिस है, प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस है. हमारे बॉडी में कॉन्स्टेंटली नए नए प्रोटीन बन रहे हैं. जो हम अमाइनो एसिड खा रहे हैं, उस अमाइनो एसिड से नए प्रोटीन बन रहे हैं, नए कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स बन रहे हैं. हमारे शरीर के अंदर लगने वाले सिक्रीशंस बन रहे हैं, जैसे कि एंजाइम्स है, डाइजेस्टिव एंजाइम, जैसे मेरे मुंह में एमाइलेज है, सलाइवा है, मेरे आंखों से पानी आ रहा है, दैट इज वी कॉल टीयर्स. हमारे नाक में म्यूकस है. ऑल दीज आर द सब्सटेंसेस, दे आर बीइंग मैन्युफैक्चर्ड इन माय बॉडी विद द हेल्प ऑफ वेरियस मेटाबॉलिक प्रोसेसेस. देन हार्मोन्स है ना, हार्मोन जो हमारे बॉडी में सारे तब्दीलियां करते हैं. तो मेटाबॉलिज्म इज अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट फीचर ऑफ द लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म. देन होम्योस्टासिस. व्हाट इज होम्योस्टासिस? इट इज अ फिनोमेना बाय विच every living organism maintain its internal atmosphere constant. हमारे शरीर के अंदर एक रचना है, जैसे कि मेरे बॉडी के अंदर पानी और क्षार कितने हो गए, वाटर एंड सॉल्ट बैलेंस इज being maintained by excretory system of my body that we called as kidney. उसी तरह से मेरे बॉडी का तापमान कितना होगा, वो मेरे शरीर के अंदर के जो नर्वस सिस्टम है, जो ब्रेन है, वो मेंटेन करता है. तो इंटरनली माई बॉडी इज ऑलवेज बैलेंस्ड, एंड दैट बैलेंस इज बीइंग मेंटेन्ड बाय अ वेरी सिस्टमैटिक फिनोमेना दैट वी कॉल्ड एज होम्योस्टेसिस. सब सजीवों के पास वो होम्योस्टेसिस होता है. देन कम्स द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इज डेथ. Yes, death is also a programmed life process. Yes, it is, the death is impregnated on your genetic material that we call DNA or chromosome, isn't it? That's the reason that every living organism is having a definite lifespan. Okay, if death occurs, then the new organism can come on the earth and they can survive getting the food. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for all the living organism to get food if no death occurs. And therefore, death is also a programmed phenomena. That is also a characteristic feature of living organisms. So if it is living, it has to die. That's what we have to learn. So all these are the characteristic feature of living organism, and those things which shows these characters, they are called living. And the study of this living organism is biology, and the biology is the story of life on earth. In biology, we study how life has originated, how it has evolved, how it is made up of, and how it performs the functions. In this chapter, we are going to learn how it performs the functions. Let me go further. Why are molecular movements needed for life? These are the questions, in fact, asked in our NCERT book, friends. Now, what is this molecular movement? Try to understand. In your body now, constantly there are thousands and thousands of biochemical reactions are happening in each and every cell. They are constructive. They are producing new cells. But you know, for every construction, we need some material to take in, isn't it? That taken material is needed to be supplied to the cells. then this cell will manufacture these. They will need some energy. And during this processes, some waste materials are also being generated. Like in kitchen, when our mother is preparing our food, that lot of waste materials are being generated, and after last we just eliminate them. So if you see in all, our body is constantly growing, our body is constantly breaking, some cells are dying, some cell organelles are dying, and new cells are needed to be generated, and this phenomenon is continuously going, that we called as maintenance. Like our car is requiring maintenance, our body is also requiring maintenance, but our body is self-maintaining structure. Only one thing we have to do is we have to supply something that is responsible for maintenance, and that is a food, isn't it? Food gives us material for the growth and development as well as energy needed for the metabolism. Okay, now let me say, living organisms are actually well organized structures. We are made up of fundamental unit called cells. Last year in the 9th standard you have studied. The cells aggregate to perform a specific functions. Now they are called tissues. Now tissues, various types of tissues like cardiac tissues, like muscular tissues, like adipose tissues, like epithelial tissues. They are performing specific functions, and these tissues form the organs. Organs form the organ system, and organ system forms our body. Because of the effects of the environment, this organized or ordered nature of the living structure is constantly being breaking down during the time. For example, when I am moving, my sole is rubbing on the floor, isn't it? And therefore, there are continuously process of breakdown. Okay, अगर ये ब्रेकिंग डाउन कंटिन्यूसली होता गया तो कुछ दिनों के बाद में हम तो खत्म ही हो जाएंगे, हर एक लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म. पर ऐसा होता नहीं. Therefore, to maintain the life, living organism require a kind of repair or maintaining the process. And since all these structures are made up of molecules, जैसे कि कार्बोहाइड्रेट, प्रोटीन्स है, फैट्स है, मिनरल्स है, विटामिन्स है, वाटर है, these are the basic biochemical molecule, they are called biomolecules. उसी से हमारी बॉडी बनी है. तो we need to have all these molecules, biomolecules constantly move in our body and from our body outside it. Okay, the maintaining and repairing processes together, they have the perfect homeostasis, and all these processes together, they are all called life processes. So what are life processes? The different types of phenomena by virtue of which the living organism get this biomolecules into their body, where they are used to maintain their body, grow their body, and after some period of time to eliminate the waste material from their body, they are called as life processes. So what are the maintenance processes? Actually there are many, but a few of them we have to study in this syllabus. Okay, and how do they find them life processes? The processes which together perform the various maintenance job, they are called as life processes. So there are many. Which are those? We will study one by one. For example, the first one is nutrition. First of all, I will explain you in general, and then we'll go into much detail. This is the most important life process, one of the life processes for every living organism, from unicellular to multicellular, from plants and animals and insects, everybody. And what happens in this? Actually, nutrition is a process of transfer of source of energy. And what is the source of energy? Of course, the food. From outside to inside the body of that organism is called as nutrition. तो ये वो फिनोमिना है जिससे हर एक सजीव अपने बाहर, बॉडी के बाहर से वो चीज़ें लेता है जिसके अंदर एनर्जी है, मटेरियल है. ओके, और उस चीज़ों को लेने के अलग अलग तरीके हम इस न्यूट्रिशन में स्टडी करते हैं, और उस चीज़ को हम कहते हैं फूड. सो दैट मटेरियल विच गिव्स अस एनर्जी एंड मटेरियल फॉर ग्रोथ is called as food, and the nutrition is the process by which we get the food. It's very one of the important life processes. Then comes respiration. Yes, after getting food into your body, you digest that food, absorb that food in the form of glucose, and this glucose is given to the cell. What happened to this glucose then? This glucose is biologically oxidized. जैसे हम लकड़ी जला के उसमें से, उस ईंधन में से ऊर्जा प्राप्त करते हैं और उससे हम हमारा खाना बनाते हैं. सो इट काइंड ऑफ हीट एनर्जी. हमारे बॉडी में भी जो ग्लूकोज होता है वो बायोलॉजिकली ऑक्सीडाइज होकर उससे ऊर्जा निकलती है, एटीपी एनर्जी निकलती है, केमिकल एनर्जी निकलती है, और वही केमिकल एनर्जी हमारे शरीर में होने वाले हजारों बायोकेमिकल रिएक्शंस को करवाने में मदद करती है. दैट वी कॉल्ड एज बायोलॉजिकल यूजेबल फॉर्म ऑफ एनर्जी, दैट इज ए केमिकल एनर्जी इन द फॉर्म ऑफ एटीपी. तो रेस्पिरेशन वो फिनोमिना है जो हर एक सेल में हमारे बॉडी में होती है, हर एक सजीव में होती है, और जिससे हर एक सजीव को लगने वाली ऊर्जा प्राप्त होती है. उसके बाद में और एक इंपॉर्टेंट है ट्रांसपोर्टेशन. हमारे बॉडी में हमने फूड तो ले लिया. फॉर एग्जांपल मैं ह्यूमन बीइंग का एग्जांपल इसलिए मैं आपको दे रहा हूँ कि आप उससे बड़ी भली बाती आप वाकिफ हो, उससे पहचानो, आपको सबको मालूम है. हम हमारे शरीर में हमारे डाइजेस्टिव में फूड लेने के बाद में वो डाइजेस्ट होता है, सिंप्लीफाइड होता है. सिंप्लीफाइड फूड हमारे ब्लड स्ट्रीम में एब्जॉर्ब होके वो ब्लड स्ट्रीम उस फूड के सारे चीज़ें जैसे अमाइनो एसिड है, फैटी एसिड्स है, ग्लिसरॉल है, विटामिन है, मिनरल है, वाटर है, ग्लूकोज है, फ्रुक्टोज है, ये सारे सिंप्लीफाइड चीज़ें ट्रांसपोर्ट करके हर एक सेल को देता है. और हर एक सेल में निर्माण जो वेस्ट है, मेटाबॉलिक वेस्ट, उसको वापस लाके हमारे किडनी को देगा, हमारे स्किन को देगा, हमारे लंग्स को देगा, ताकि ये सारे एक्सक्रेटरी सिस्टम उसको बाहर फेंक दे. तो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन का मतलब है द प्रोसेस ऑफ डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ द यूजफुल मटेरियल टू द सेल एंड द कलेक्शन ऑफ harmful molecule from the cell to excrete it out. Okay, so that is also one of the important phenomena. अब ह्यूमन बींग में ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कैसा होता है, हमारे वेयर हाविंग में ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम, लेकिन प्लांट में कैसा होता है यूजुअली हमको मालूम नहीं. सो इन दिस सिलेबस वी विल स्टडी दैट. एंड वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट लाइफ प्रोसेसेस इज एक्सक्रीशन. यस, हमारे ब्रेन में जो कि सबसे फास्ट और एक्टिव पार्ट कहलाता है हमारे बॉडी का, जो सबसे ज़्यादा ऑक्सीजन और ग्लूकोज हमारे बॉडी का खाता है, क्योंकि उसके अंदर करोड़ों करोड़ों सेल्स होते हैं, हर वक्त उसके अंदर कुछ मेटाबॉलिक वेस्ट भी बनते हैं. ऐसे मेटाबॉलिक वेस्ट को अपने सेल से सेपरेट करने का, उसको कलेक्ट करने का और उसको एलिमिनेट, बाहर कर देने का, बाहर फेंक देने का, ये सारे मेटाबॉलिक वेस्ट को हम एक्सक्रीशन कहते हैं. सेपरेशन, कलेक्शन एंड एलिमिनेशन ऑफ द मेटाबॉलिक वेस्ट फ्रॉम द बॉडी इज कॉल्ड एज एक्सक्रीशन. तो न्यूट्रिशन, रेस्पिरेशन, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन एंड एक्सक्रीशन, these are the four important life processes we are going to study in this chapter, of course, of the plants and animals. Now friends, I will just introduce you the concept of nutrition, and then we'll take the break for this particular introductory period, and from tomorrow I will going to explain each and every phenomenon in every period. Most probably one phenomena, one period we will complete it, okay, because already we are late and therefore we have to begin to study it. I would like to also request you that when I am explaining you, you must have read this topic once at least, or after that you please read from your notes, from your MTG book, or from your textbook, whatever it may be. And when you find some difficulties, please try to understand that you have to also convey to your teacher, ask the difficulties and so. Now let me see what is nutrition. This is very introductory slide where I am going to just introduce you what is concept of nutrition. It's a process of transfer of source of energy from outside to inside of the body of organism is called as nutrition. So good definition. ये ऐसे फिनोमिना है जिससे हम सारे सजीव, जो हमारा सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी है, जिसको हम क्या कहते हैं हमारे शब्दों में फूड, बट वो सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी, पर वो फूड केवल सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी नहीं है, वही फूड हमें हमारे बॉडी के ग्रोथ के लिए लगने वाले, डेवलपमेंट के लिए लगने वाले सारे बायो मॉलिक्यूल भी सप्लाई देता है. इसलिए हम क्या कर रहे हैं कि इट्स अ प्रोसेस ऑफ ट्रांसफर ऑफ सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी एज वेल एज सोर्स ऑफ मटेरियल इनसाइड द बॉडी फ्रॉम आउटसाइड इज कॉल्ड एज न्यूट्रिशन. द प्रोसेस बाय विच ऑर्गेनिज्म ऑब्टेन देयर फूड, इट इज कॉल्ड एज न्यूट्रिशन. अब ये न्यूट्रिशन के मुख्यतः दो टाइप्स है. वन इज कॉल्ड एज ऑटोट्रॉपिक मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन and the second one is called as heterotropic mode of nutrition. Auto means self, tropic means food level. This is the mode where the organism can synthesize their own organic food material with the help of certain type of energy, with the help of using some energy, right? Autotrophs are those, and autotropic mode of nutrition is that where these organisms, they synthesize their organic food material which will later on give them energy and material themselves. वो उनका खुद का ऑर्गेनिक मैटर बनाते हैं, इसलिए उनको कहते हैं ऑटोट्रॉपिक ऑर्गेनिज्म. और फिर हेटेरोट्रॉपिक क्या है? ऑब्वियसली दीज आर द ऑर्गेनिज्म विच कैनॉट सिंथेसाइज, their organic matter, and therefore they are dependent on other sources outside their body sources. For example, they are depend upon the plants and other animals as a source of food. इनको कहते हैं हेटेरोट्रॉपिक मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन. अभी ऑटोट्रॉपिक में भी दो टाइप्स है. एक है फोटो ऑटोट्रॉपिक. आप स्लाइड पे देखिए. फोटो का मतलब है लाइट, ऑटोट्रॉपिक का मतलब है सेल्फ सिंथेसाइजिंग. ये ऐसे ऑर्गेनिज्म है जो लाइट एनर्जी के उपयोग से ऑर्गेनिक मैटर प्रिपेयर करते हैं, सिंथेसाइज करते हैं. उनमें सारे प्लांट्स, अलगी, ब्रायोफाइट, टेरिडोफाइट, जिम्नोस्पर्म, एंजियोस्पर्म्स. बाद में ब्लू ग्रीन अलगी, दे आर प्रोकैरियोटिक, साइनोबैक्टीरिया उनको हम कहते हैं. और देर आर अ फ्यू बैक्टीरिया, उनको कहते हैं हम फोटोसिंथेटिक बैक्टीरिया. ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. green sulfur bacteria, for example, they use light energy for synthesizing food. They are also autotrophic, and therefore photosynthetic bacteria, blue green algae, and plants like algae, bryophyte, pteridophyte, gymnosperm, angiosperms, some of the प्रोटिस्टन मेंबर, प्रोटिस्टा के जो मेंबर है हमारे 5 किंगडम सिस्टम में, प्रोटिस्टा नाम का एक ग्रुप है, उसके अंदर के कुछ है जो यूनिसेल्युलर है, जैसे कि डायटम्स है, डायनोफ्लाजेलेट्स है. They are also performing photoautotropic mode of nutrition. And then the second one is chemoautotropic mode of nutrition. And that is of course negligible, but there are certain bacteria like thiobacillus, ferrobacillus, thiobacillus जिनको हम सल्फर बैक्टीरिया कहते हैं, फेरोबैसिलस जिसको हम आयरन बैक्टीरिया कहते हैं, आयरन. ये बैक्टीरिया नेचर में पाए जाने वाले केमिकल कंपाउंड, आयरन कंपाउंड, सल्फर कंपाउंड को ऑक्सीडाइज कर उससे निकलने वाले एनर्जी का इस्तेमाल कर खुद का ऑर्गेनिक मैटर प्रिपेयर करते हैं. तो दे आर ऑटोट्रॉपिक, बट बिकॉज दे आर यूजिंग द एनर्जी कमिंग आउट ऑफ केमिकल सब्सटेंसेस, इसलिए उसको हम कहते हैं कीमो ऑटोट्रॉपिक ऑर्गेनिज्म, एंड दैट फिनोमिनन इज कॉल्ड एज कीमोसिंथेसिस. ओके, तो ये ऑटोट्रॉपिक मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन के दो टाइप्स देखने के बाद में हम बात करेंगे हेटेरोट्रॉपिक मोड का. अभी हेटेरोट्रॉपिक मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन क्या है? उसके अंदर तीन है. एक है पैरासिटिक, दूसरा है सैप्रोफिटिक, और तीसरा है होलोजोइक. अब पैरासिटिक का मतलब ये है कि इट इज ए मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन वेयर वन काइंड ऑफ ऑर्गेनिज्म ग्रोज ऑन अदर लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म एंड ऑब्टेन द फूड पार्शियली, ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड, विदाउट किलिंग द होस्ट. जैसे कि मॉस्किटोज है. मॉस्किटोज सक द ब्लड फ्रॉम आवर बॉडी बट दे डोंट किल अस. इन द प्रेडेशन प्रे रिलेशनशिप, predator like lion kill its prey and eat it. That is different, and therefore parasitic mode में जो पैरासाइट होता है वो होस्ट के बॉडी पे ग्रो होता है पर उसको किल नहीं करता, स्लोली एंड ग्रेजुअली गेट द फूड. प्लांट पैरासाइट का उदाहरण आप सभी को मालूम है, कसकुटा नाम का प्लांट है. इट इज ए लीफलेस ट्विनिंग प्लांट, पीले कलर का है. दूसरे प्लांट पे ग्रो कर अपने शरीर के रूट्स दूसरे होस्ट के बॉडी में घुसाकर उसे रेडीमेड वाटर, मिनरल्स एंड फूड प्राप्त करता है. तो कसकुटा इज ऑल्सो ए प्लांट पैरासाइट. फिर सैप्रोफिटिक मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग है. इट इज अ मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन वेयर द ऑर्गेनिज्म ऑब्टेन फूड फ्रॉम dead and decaying organic matter of the nature. You know, after the death of plants and animals, their body get added into the nature. It is a dead body, but that dead body is also containing organic matter. And there are certain group of organisms like fungi, like bacteria, actinomycetes. They grow on that dead material. They secrete enzyme outside their body. These enzymes simplify that food, and this simplified food is then absorbed by these saprophytic organisms. So these are very wonderful group of organisms where they are bringing about extracellular digestion. Okay, digesting the material outside by secreting extracellular enzymes. And of course the third group of the heterotrophic organism that includes animals, that includes human being, is a very special mode of nutrition where these animals are adapted and modified to take food inside their body. Holozoic means complete food they take inside their body. Okay, and where they digest that food, they are actually there are certain steps involved in this holozoic mode of nutrition where they ingest the food inside their body. अंदर ले लेते खाना. Then they digest it. They make it simple. Digestion is a chemical process where the complex foods are converted into simpler. Then digested food is absorbed, that we call absorption. And that absorbed food is then It is moved to the different cells and then it is utilized, that we call assimilation. And after that, undigested food material is thrown out from the body, that we call as ejection. So ingestion, then digestion, then absorption, assimilation, and ejection of undigested food material. These are the 5 steps involved in the holozoic mode of nutrition. And in this way, if you see, there are different types of organisms shows different types of mode of nutrition. In this study, we are going to learn autotrophic mode of nutrition, especially photoautotropic mode of nutrition, and what is photosynthesis, how is big taking place. Then in heterotrophic mode of nutrition, we are going to learn holozoic mode of nutrition, particularly in human being, and we are going to learn digestive system of the human being and how it works. Okay, so with this, I would like to conclude today. Thank you for your impatient learning. You can see this video again and again, and for your any doubt and difficulty, you can convey to your class, to me also. With this, I conclude. Thank you very much. Goodbye.